You are listening to the Life Coaching Secrets Podcast, episode number 1. Did you know that life coaches are needed now more than ever? I'm Frank Macri, founder of Thriving Coach Academy. I've trained over 1,000 coaches and helped them launch their own successful coaching businesses. If you want to make an incredible income and impact as a coach and have a lot of fun doing it, I'll show you exactly how to get it done. This is Life Coaching Secrets. Hey everyone, Frank here. I am so excited right now. I've been wanting to produce this podcast for a while now. I have so many stories and insights that I am excited to share. And if you are listening to this right now, you are part of the very beginning. This is where it's all going to begin. So I am really looking forward to sharing all that I have to share in this podcast. And this podcast is going to be extremely beneficial for you if you're someone that is curious to learn about life coaching and how to get paid as a life coach, or if you're someone that is looking to up-level your life, become more aware, and see how you can use coaching concepts to take your life to the next level. Now, in this first episode, I thought it would be fitting to share the story of how I got into life coaching and how I started my life coaching business from the ground up. I just recently had someone message me saying, how much money did you start your business with? Was it $50? Was it $100? How much did you have to your name when you got started? And I said, actually, it was negative $30,000 because I was in debt at the time that I started my life coaching business. So today, I am very grateful. I have a full-time coaching practice. I'm completely my own boss. I run an organization. I have a team of people who work for me, and I've been able to support hundreds of clients over the years. I've also been invited to speak all across the United States. I've also spoken in Canada and in China. And one of the things that I'm most proud of is being the founder of Thriving Coach Academy. And inside the academy, we help life coaches make money. And the way that we do that is by teaching the art of coaching through our certification program, and also the business of coaching by telling our coaches how they can become client magnets and have the coaching business of their dreams. So I am so passionate about coaching. I could geek out about it and just talk about it nonstop. And I also feel so aligned with the work that I've been able to do as a coach over the years. And when I look back at where I started, I never would have imagined that I would be in this place and doing the work that I've been able to do as a coach. So rewinding back the clock, I grew up very shy and introverted. And I felt like for many years of my life, I spent those years hiding, not sharing my voice. And it was as if I just knew there was all this potential that was locked up inside me, but I was too afraid to stand out. I was too afraid to be seen because I feared that other people were going to judge me. I had this really big fear around other people's judgment and opinion. And I had these big hopes and dreams for my future, but whenever I started to even think about them, there was this little inner critic, this little voice in the back of my head that would doubt what I was capable of. So whenever I would consider having anything more in my life, this inner critic would just say, nope, not going to happen. You're not good enough. Who do you think you are? Maybe you've experienced something like that yourself. So I would question my strengths, and I really didn't think I had much to offer. So years of my life slipped by, and I knew I was playing small during that time. And I also knew that I was capable of so much more, but it was just all of these insecurities that kept weighing me down. So when I was in college, I was studying with a friend one day, and I saw that she had a psychology textbook. And I knew nothing about psychology before. I never had heard of the subject. So when I picked up this book and I started browsing through the chapters, I started reading about thoughts and emotions and how human beings tick, and I was completely captivated by everything I was reading. I couldn't put the book down. So I decided that I was going to declare myself as a psychology major. And after going through several psychology courses, I noticed that all of the classes I was taking, they were focused on what was wrong with people. So I was learning all about different mental illnesses and diseases of the mind, and they were also very focused on exploring the past and childhood. But one of the things I realized is even by learning about all this, I still wasn't able to figure out how to overcome this inner critic that had caused me to doubt myself for so many years. So then one day I discovered this new course that was being offered, and it was called Positive Psychology. So I enrolled, and as I took this course, I realized it was so different from all the other psychology classes I had taken. It was all about how to motivate people, how to get people to really examine their beliefs, and how to help people achieve goals so they could create fulfilling, meaningful lives. So as I was studying this, I had this epiphany, and I realized this is exactly what I want to be able to do for other people. Whatever I am learning right now, I want to be able to do it, help people with it, and get paid for it. But I didn't know if there was a career like this that existed because it wasn't quite counseling or therapy, since it wasn't so focused on addressing the past or childhood. And it also wasn't psychiatry because it didn't have anything to do with prescribing medication. So as I was doing some research, I discovered the field of professional coaching. And one of the things I learned was that coaches have the opportunity to start their own business and work with their own clients. So I thought, wow, I could work from home, I could be independent and not have someone tell me what I can and can't do, and I could still make a huge contribution to the world. So all of that really spoke to my values because I didn't want to let my life slip away just working in a cubicle all day where I was just going through the motions or living paycheck to paycheck. So it became clear that coaching was it. That was the career path for me. But I had a few concerns that I had to work through before I decided I was going to take the leap and become a life coach. The first concern I had was around my own lack of life experience. So I was in my early 20s when I decided to consider life coaching. And I was worried that no one was going to take me seriously and that I would just be laughed at for calling myself a life coach while being so young. But I realized that coaching is not about telling someone how they should live their life. It's about listening on a deep level and asking questions that help people uncover their own answers. So I was reassured knowing that I didn't have to have a lot of life experience to be a successful coach. And I began seeing that there were coaches of all ages that were succeeding in the industry. So the second concern I had was around if people would judge me for calling myself a life coach. I just worried that some people might think it was narcissistic. But when I really explored that fear a bit closer, I realized that people are going to judge me no matter what. People will judge no matter what. They're going to judge me if I'm sharing my gifts or if I'm playing small. So rather than continue living my life trying to avoid people's judgments, I realized that a much better way to approach life was by deciding which version of me do I want people to judge. Do I want them to judge the version of me that's playing small and hiding like I had been doing for so many years, or the version of me that is sharing my gifts, playing full out, and going all in as a coach? And I decided that no matter what, I would rather people judge the big, confident version of me than the small, fearful version of me. And then the third concern I had about becoming a life coach was about the business part of it all. I didn't have an MBA. I didn't have any business training. And I was afraid of putting myself out there and having to sell myself and sell coaching. And I didn't want coaching to just become a hobby. I wanted to start a real business where clients would pay me for my coaching services. And at the time that I decided to pursue coaching, I was tens of thousands of dollars in debt. So it was very important that I would need to figure out how to get a return on the investment that I was going to put into learning coaching skills. And when I got really clear, I knew in my heart, though, that I wanted to be a coach. When I really let my fears go and tuned into my heart, I knew this was it. And whenever I tried to focus on something else, all the signs just kept pointing me back to coaching. So I decided to bet on myself and bet on my vision. And I decided to invest well over $20,000 in various coaching programs and trainings, taking out more debt to do so. And when I look back, it was the best investment that I have ever made in myself. And the reason why it was the best investment in myself is because it allowed me to discover all that I had to offer. So in the process of becoming a coach, I learned how to coach myself out of every single challenge that I had in my life, everything that has ever held me back. And in doing so, I overcame all of the beliefs that were weighing me down over the years. So for the first time in my life, I didn't feel burdened anymore by the self-doubts or those voices that would say, "Who do you think you are?" So every single thing in my life leveled up. And I was able to create my own business. And the one thing that I did to grow my business was just share my story. That's all I did. And I began offering coaching to all kinds of people that needed relationship coaching, people that needed corporate coaching. I offered coaching to people that were wanting to start their own businesses. So I've been really at all corners of the coaching industry at this point. And I ended up making over $300,000 in just my first 2 years. And that was without any paid advertising. I didn't have a large social media following or this massive email list. I was able to hit 6 figures before even turning 30 years old. And I was blown away by all of this. And to this day, my coaching business continues to earn multiple 6 figures a year. And I've been able to truly use my coaching business to design the ideal life for me. I create my own schedule. I decide when I want to work. I take multiple vacations a year. I get to donate thousands of dollars back to charities. And it's all while doing work that I love. So I am beyond grateful to be doing this work as a coach. And sometimes I still can't even believe the perfection of this career. So as my coaching business grew over the years, I started developing a following of people that were interested in learning how they could get started. So I decided to take all the lessons that I've learned and begin offering support to people that want to become coaches themselves. And I have had the privilege at this point of being able to train and mentor thousands of coaches all around the world. And I've seen people of all walks of life flourish as a coach. So I founded Thriving Coach Academy with the intention to train the highest caliber of coaches in our industry. And so many of the coaches that my team and I have supported have gone on to have their own incredibly successful businesses. So that's a little bit of my backstory, and perhaps that resonates with you if you want to actually be authentic and do work you actually love without having to dim your light, or you just realize that it's your time to make the contribution that you were born to make. So this podcast is going to lay it all out for you. I'm going to peel back the curtain. I'm going to demystify all of the myths about the coaching industry. I'm going to make it as simple as possible. A lot of people think that it needs to be very complicated to coach someone or to start a business. One of my values is keep it simple. So I'm here to keep it simple for you, to tell you all that I know, and to invite you to consider taking the step forward in pursuing your dreams to become a coach if you feel that it's your time to do so. So that's what I got. That's my backstory and how I discovered coaching. And get ready, everybody. We got a lot to share, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hey, would you like access to powerful coaching tools you can use on yourself and clients right away? For being a listener of the podcast, I'm giving you a VIP guest pass to get a sneak peek into my coach training program. Inside, you'll learn our coaches' secret tool they use to transform their clients' lives. And you'll also get a training on how to launch a coaching business. Just head over to www.thrivingcoachacademy.com/VIP to get started. I'll see you on the inside.